Hey everybody, AlphaStarDX here. And tonight we are going to do something I didn't think I'd ever actually do, which is essentially a follow-up to a previous episode. And by that, what I'm doing is the endings to some of the Super Solver games that I covered in the Super Solver Quickies episode. With two exceptions, both of which gave me glitches as I was trying to work my way up to just before the final endings. So those links I'm going to put into chat now so you guys can see what those endings look like. And if you're not watching this live, feel free to look them up on YouTube. So I'm sending now Treasure Cove and Treasure Math Storm. I tried to find Super Solver's Treasure Galaxies ending, but was unable to do so. Feel free to try and track it down if you're that interested in seeing what happens when you get all the crystals. Play these along with the Super Solver's Quickies video, the original one, just so you have context of what went on here. As for the other four, namely Spellbound, Outnumbered, Midnight Rescue, and Treasure Mountain, we are going to do those tonight. Let's start with how about Midnight Rescue? Let's get volume first before that becomes a thing. I'm going to drop the volume to 15 because this is all PC speaker. So again, this is the one where we are in a disappearing Shady Glen school. And the 5 paintbrush robots, one of which he's hiding inside. If you've seen the video that you should have seen, that's the general premise. And after much very frustrating toil, we are now at the point where one more game will get us to champion rank and the final ending. You saw the main ending before. Here's the final now after one more game. Unlike in earlier skill levels, these robots do not waste any time. One of them came at me. The stories are about the same. They're worth more points now. Good news. I have a new pet named Clara. She's a crab that Uncle John brought me today. He told me that a crab can use its claws just like a pair of scissors to cut sponges in the ocean. Tomorrow morning I'm going to put Clara under Dad's part of the newspaper. I hope she won't cut too many holes in it. That would make Dad really mad. Now for the bad news. My pet prairie dog, Poncho, ran away yesterday and got into Betsy Winter's garden. He burrowed all over her flower bed by using his claws to dig and move the dirt. Miss Winters said it reminded her of the way a farmer uses a pitchfork to move hay. She's not mad, but now I have to go over and fix up her garden. Signed, Morty. Poncho had a special way of putting dirt aside. Name the tool that this worked like, as that's the clue I'll hide. It reminded Mrs. Winters of a pitchfork. And pitchfork is one of the clues. As you can see, the robots are much faster this time. And 6 skill levels later, they're a lot more relentless. Let's see. Experiment with lemon juice. Disappearing ink. So this has been a years and years long theory that is now coming to its conclusion. Huh. Special ink. It disappears. This time it takes 4 pictures, and it has since expert. Starting at senior rank, it took 2. We needed 1 only up to junior, which wasn't very long at all. Well, as we can see, the numbers are gone as well from the picture, but their positions remained the same. Clue number 1 is the right hand, number 2 is the head, 3 is the left hand, and 4 is the spoken word. As you can see, the spoken word does not match clue number 4, so it's not yellow. And that is not a pitchfork in Blue's left hand, so it's not him either. So we're going to have to do some ducking and dodging if those two show up. Whoa. It was unfortunate. Persistent little asshole, isn't he? And it caused me to stop thinking just long enough. So now I've essentially wasted 4 shots in the last couple minutes. Uncle's farm, chores and errands, sunny day, straw hat, hen house, feed chickens, ravenous, hungry, big breakfast. Pitchfork. Smells like a repeat. Yep. Two repeats just like always, but they're still worth the same 1,500 points. Okay, so I got bumped off for 2 shots. Make that 3 shots. And all by the same fucking robot. Most original, silliest, most practical. Well, the 13th birdhouse. That's a peculiar clue I have not seen yet. Oh. And I'm still not using my head. Okay, enough, Blue. I have wasted off a lot of film. Initial meeting at midnight. 13 new card tricks. Yep, remember that, the alarm clock to wake everyone up. We have all 4 clues, just no pictures to decide. And there's one more story out there somewhere, which will get us 2 more pieces of film. One of these should be it. There we go. Rather than read it, here's the trick. One of them's a repeat. Question is which one. Made the school disappear. Which of course is the whole idea behind this game. Oh sure, now green shows up. Some of you might recognize the music if I stop and take it slow long enough. Sorcerer's Apprentice, and inside each classroom is the Hall of the Mountain King. Ah, come on. Now I just have to get enough pictures. We have to conserve film as best we can now. there's the number 13 up on the top hat. Yeah, of course you'll show up right when I go downstairs. How about now? No, it could still be him. Come on, Red. I'll take you again. See how much easier it is when I have a reasonable amount of distance. There's your pitchfork. And your number 13. The robot we want has to match all 4. That was a little too close for comfort. And he's got a clock. Nope. Sometimes I can make a successful evasion. That was lucky. Missed my landing into the classroom. And it still might be him. If he's got a clock in his right hand. Still might be green. Alright, we're an hour in. Landed this time. They're really making me work for this one. You get off my tail. Go ahead. That's right. Do anything and you get spiked. We're not going to have a lot of film left this time. Green sure likes to show up at exactly the wrong time, doesn't he? And this is why it's frustrating. I've had many, many games like this where they just refuse to show up. That's not a clock. Now, the next picture between green and gray is going to do it. Are you green or gray? I didn't think so. Okay, this is getting a little ridiculous now. Throughout all the games I played to get to this point, I have never been run this late. Of course you're going to make it maximum BS for the final game, aren't you? Because that's how you operate. Maximum bullshit. fucking psyched me out. He was going to shoot the water trick, which meant I should have jumped. At some point very soon. There we go. I was going to say at some point very soon I'm going to have to guess. And after a lot of crap, it's him. He's got the clock, the number 13, the pitchfork, the disappear. I should still have enough points, but this is an extremely low scoring game. Yep. Games at this skill level usually go like 30,000. There's the extra ending. We pie him out instead of him just disappearing. Not only that, but look at our score, and look at the top number. The statue is complete. And that, as they say, is that. But that's only one of the games we're playing. Let's go to Outnumbered, which I believe was the very next year. Midnight Rescue was 1989. Outnumbered, 1990. Same game, except very much math-based. The drills are longer, the problems are harder. The code rule is different than we've seen before. And we're even closer to 500,000 this time, so we're definitely going to get there regardless. Here we go. Right off the bat, drill time. This time, where there were 4 problems on the first game, we have to deal with 10 problems per drill on this skill level. And because the timer's running, I'm not going to explain myself, I'm just going to do it. Let's see if you guys at home can keep up. Yes, this is live. I am talking as I'm doing this math. If 9 super solvers go to Detroit and find equal numbers of all the mischief makers there. So, we want to divide 396 in Detroit by 9 super solvers. So, here in my estimation is the fastest way to do that. If you take 396 times 10 is 3960. And take 396 away, that'll get you times 9. Because it takes away 1 instance of the 396. Let's make it simpler than that. Let's take 400 away for 3560, and then add 4 back on for 3564. Or maybe I've completely lost my mind. What have I done? Hold on, I did something wrong here. I did 396 times 9. It should have been divided by 9. Okay, let's try this. Come in.
There was a piece of bread in plastic wrap. Where is it?
Had it.
What?
Had it.
That was Mom's to take with her.
Anyway, it's not 396 times 9, it's divided by 9. What's the easy way to do this? If there is one. 405 over 9 would be 35. So take one away is 34. Alright, my math cylinders all seem to be totally wrong. I miscalculated. 405 is 45, so it's 44. Which cost me a lot of points. Having to try that twice. Oh well. And this time we have to solve 2 math problems in order to get the full room code. $280 plus 320 is 6. 300 is 900. The match rule is different pictures but the same pattern as the secret code. Expert and master levels had the same symbols but a different pattern, so basically it was a scrambled code. And it was as appears on the lock prior to that, so pro and below. Basically this means that the first symbol is not going to tell us anything at all. Oh. And the filthiness continues. Ambush right out of the elevator where I can't get away. Makes me wonder if these games are actually not only school subjects, but also preparation for real life. It's just gonna fuck you at every chance. Oops. At least he's making up for it by allowing me a couple different shots here. And my spacebar has ceased to function, apparently. January is 114 for both, so 228. Quarter of tape B gets changed over. Okay, easy way to do this. 9,700. 4850. 2425. 2428. Okay. Alright, we're back in business. 4 fingernails on each pair of gloves. So that's 254. No, simpler than that. 125 times 5, so 508. He needs 269 gallons of slime. So on top of 225, he'll need 44. And we've been pushed very late on time, already past the hour mark. Of course, playing this many drills is going to do that to us. But this time, at least, we're going to have the entire code, so we're not going to have to screw around with any more robots after I get the remaining codes. Calls last month for the first 3 songs. So 212 and 252 is 464. So 1,021. This time we'll just need one of the places in the number. Bring it down by 217, so all we have to do is 3 minus 7. The borrow would make that 6. We don't even need the whole number for that. And we don't need to play with the robot anymore. We have the whole code. We do, however, have to get to the game room. Prize A is 20 times the old price. So that's easy. Just tack a 0 on the end and you've got times 10. Double it and you've got times 20. So 5860. $8.96 to start. First spin taken away. 643. Oh. Now can we get here in peace? Yes, we can. So now we get the extra points for all that extra energy. The 2 in the middle are the same. And the only room where that's the case is the cartoon room. So that's where we're going. Prior to this, we would just zap them away once. And we're well over the 12,000 or whatever. This time the first zap traps him in a TV cage, and the second launches him out. The TV station belongs to Shady Glen once again. So now as we go all the way up the radio tower, we have the same statue erected there too. So let's switch gears. I think Treasure Mountain was 1991. Let's go there. What did I call it? Okay, this. Oh, this was also 1990. So the tune's a little bit different this time. 15 treasures to the end. And at this skill level, it's 15 treasures a game. Look at all the loot I've got so far. Do you even animate? Or what? Let's just say there are rooms and rooms and rooms full of treasures right now. So, as you can see, my nets and my coins are all built up from many, many games. And I'll show you how I've been building that high as we go. First of all, we need to find an elf with a scroll, such as this guy. 6 weeks ago, planted corn seeds. How many days have passed? 1 week is 7 days, 6 is 42. If he's tiptoeing like that, he could shoot elf dust, which would steal a coin if we're hit by it. Non-forest animals? Just seals. Watch this. In this game, and they fixed this by Treasure Mathstorm's release, you can catch 2 elves, even 3 elves on one net. I've never had occasion to catch 4 of them, so that's yet untested. And I get the feeling it's not going to happen. 3 flowers. There's the key, so it's either 3 round flowers or 3 smallest flowers. Missed him. Either way, we need 2 out of 3 in order to get... Well, this fits both round and smallest, these bushes, so we're getting a treasure. You can get more nets in that cave. Is it 3 smallest? Nope. Looks like it's 3 round. Okay, round flowers. Nope, not that time. Round flowers. Three round flowers. That's all 5 treasures. Time to go up the tree. What have we here? Bears eating cars and signs. That's beautiful. Nope, no, not too far, buddy boy. 6 dozen is 72. Wait, what? Did I stop reading too short? Which of these is greater than that? That's what happens when you don't read, children. Is it 2 square rocks? Nope. And well, there's the steel. Real sneaky, that one. Caught me as I was catching 2 others, and my spacebar again decided to misfunction. Is it 2 square signs? Yes, it is. Are those square nests? Nope. the last word is signs, and I know they're not squares, but for all intents and purposes, that's what they're calling squares. A strawberry, middle row. From 4 stars onward, the bridge isn't stable. Watch what happens if you try and cross it. Back down to level 1. That's okay. All we gotta do is find the tree again. Well, that'll get us some extra coins anyway. Pick 12 and 7 for 19. 8, 9 of them, you're down to 10. Didn't really have use for that, but oh well. Two signs. 2 signs. 1 more treasure. He stopped short. Now, in order to keep things even, every time I get to the 2nd floor, I'd been trading in my coins for nets. Until those 2 numbers come close to rounding each other. So here's how I do that. The exchange is 4 coins for 5 nets. So that's a spread of 9. Every time I do this, if I've got more coins than nets, every time I do this, the spread between them decreases by 9. So a spread of 4 or less means I've gotten it as close as I can. That's dirty. Catch me when I can't move. And I'm vindictive. That's the only reason I'm catching them in singles right now. The jumpers won't do that. The skippers won't do that. The sneakers will. He can't get me if I'm back there. There's a twofer. Triple. Whoop. Getting our levitating space jump so he can't get me. Alright. I'm not going to do that again. 2 square nests. There's our last treasure. Whoop. It's going to be that way with the bridge on level 3 too. I would have done the net exchange on floor 3 all this time, except there is no net exchange on floor 3. Now the multi-trick doesn't work if one of the elves has a scroll. That'll take its own dedicated net. What can be seen easily? Probably the salamanders. I mean, you've represented them all as camouflaged, so I mean... Hit the geyser, you go right back down. But you can just go right back up again. I'll take guesses at this point. They're not little and they're not snowmen. They are big shovels. Square shovels. 3 square shovels. 3 square. 3 shovels. Three square. Or do they count as rectangles? Because you're all screwed up there. 3 shovels. That's all the treasures we need to get to champion. We're not going to waste any further nets on this one. We're going to go right into the castle and climb what should be the hardest scale in the game. This whole reaching and grabbing thing he's doing started at 2-star. He grabs you, he'll take a coin, and you're going to take a forced fall. I wish I could jump like that. Yes, enjoy the slew of treasures. This has got to make him so mad. And even worse still, the shining light knocks him off and restores the crown. Down we go, hooray. We can play on at the same level, but there's no reason. Let's finish this with Spellbound. Now, thank you for those who voted on the category to be seen. The winner was... The winning category was Fantasy, part of the group Fun. So here's how things work now. So, on level 1, the words only went horizontally and vertically forward. Level 2, they run those ways backwards as well. No, my mistake. Level 1 is horizontal, vertical, forward. Level 2 introduces diagonal forward. Level 3 introduces any of the above backwards. Level 4 Yeah, level 4 introduces... Oh boy, I must be getting sleepy. Introduces many different directions starting forward. And level 5, as you see here, different directions backwards. So basically this is going to be a little tough. Pixies. Castle. Dream. I have played word searches like that in the past, though it's been a long time since my last one. Elves. Genie. Giant. Gotta be somewhere. Nice tight package here. Pretend. And finally, treasure. Crisscross is the same on every skill level. Use the words in the list to fill in the puzzle. So start with one where it's the only one of that length. So we'll say enchanted. Find the only 9 space spot. Then build off those letters. Creature, same thing, only 8 letters. Wish only has 4. Fairies is the only one with 7. Here's where the building comes in. Dragon, the only one that starts with D. Troll's the only other one with an R in the second position. And Knight with K, or with N as the second. And Palace. Flashcards. Come in. Sorry about that. Anyway, take a look at the lower right. Eight words, and then we switch to a different game, which, if I remember correctly, was introduced in level 2, maybe 3, I forget. And you can see words not related to fantasy are also in here. That's because lists from earlier in the set are also incorporated. But both the crisscross and the word search had all fantasy, so you got to see that. Potion's definitely a fantasy word. So yeah, introduced in level 2, the 8 words we just did will now be reordered and scrambled. So if you didn't remember that, try to reason it out based on the lists. That's fairies. And the other bonus is the letters will disappear as you use them. So you'll have a slightly easier time making sense of these. Yeah, this is me getting distracted and not paying attention. Actress. Emperor. Actor. Potion. Sleuth. If you haven't figured it out by now, the other lists pertain to music, movies, books, and television. Pretend. Invisible. And finally, to finish the stream, the spelling bee. Up to now, we had conquered classroom, school-wide, citywide, and statewide. Finally, we play at the national level.
Welcome to the Spellbound National Spelling Bee. Contestant number 1.
And we're kicking things off, as we have been for most of this series.
Contestant number 2.
And there's Morty, whom we beat once at the state level, and now we beat again at the White House.
Contestant number 3.
And there's Rollo. You recognize him from Midnight Rescue.
Contestant number 1. Please spell the following flashed word.
We've also beaten Telly from Outnumbered and the other 4 robots. Electro, Pogo, Turbo, and Buffo from Midnight Rescue. Let's recheck the flash because I forgot it. Admission. ADMISSION. Admission.
That's right. Contestant number 2. Please spell the following flashed word. You did it. Contestant number 3. Please spell the following flashed word. That's right. Contestant number 1. Please spell the following flashed word.
Sing. S-I-N-G. Sing.
That's right. Contestant number 2. Please spell the following flashed word. Way to go. Contestant number 3. Please spell the word enchanted.
Uh-oh.
Incorrect.
Bye-bye, Rollo. Thanks for playing.
Contestant number 1. Please spell the word enchanted.
Here's how that's really done. Enchanted. E-N-C-H-A-N-T-E-D. Enchanted.
You did it. Contestant number 2, please spell the word action. Good work. Contestant number 1, please spell the following flashed word.
Adventure. A-D-V-E-N-T-U-R-E. Adventure.
You did it. Contestant number 2, please spell the following flashed word. That is correct. Contestant number 1, please spell the following
This could
flashed
take a
word.
while, boys and girls. Famous. F-A-M-O-U-S. Famous.
You did it. Contestant number 2, please spell the following flashed word. Good work. Contestant number 1, please spell the following flashed word.
He's going to make us fight. Genie. G-E-N-I-E. Genie.
Great job. Contestant number 2, please spell the following flashed word.
Do we finish this before an hour?
You did it.
Doesn't look like
Contestant
it.
number 1,
50 seconds left.
please spell the word clap.
Clap. C-L-A-P. Clap.
Good work. Contestant number 2, please spell the following flashed word. Way to go. Contestant number 1, please spell the word popcorn.
Popcorn. P-O-P-C-O-R-N. Popcorn.
That's right. Contestant number 2,
20 seconds left.
please spell the following flashed word. Incorrect.
Now's our chance.
Contestant number 1, please spell the following
Come on,
flashed
hurry up,
word.
lady, hurry up. Legend. L-E-G-E-N-D. Legend.
That's right.
5958. That's all we needed. And that was a long, long set of runs through childhood. That's all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in on Thursday when Wit Sharper Than Fang and I finally finish off Gizmos and Gadgets. And who knows, maybe there will be something else before then. Only one way to know, and that's to tune in. So, until next time, have an alpha night.